So just in terms of survivability and shooting out the other side in a positive way, Hugh, I think you were in Ireland during the financial crisis, and I think Ireland was in a worse state than Canada. So, what are your thoughts as we sail into this thing and hopefully come out of it?
Yeah. So I think the first thing to remember about what happened in Ireland, obviously the world went through a bit of a correction or recession in 2008. But what was different for Ireland than most countries was that our banking system ultimately failed and had to get a government bailout. So I think the difference here is it's a pandemic, obviously. So that's something has caused this other than something functional such as the banks. So I would look at that and say that we're probably in a much better position to come out as quicker than we were in Ireland in 2008, which I think is a huge positive. The other thing I would say about over here in Canada and what I'm seeing right now, and I think it's too early to make judgments on this, but the other thing that we do have going for us in Ottawa compared to what Ireland was exposed to, Ireland had a huge portion of GDP that was based on the construction sector. If you look at Ottawa and just look at this call, I think there's a lot of varying different businesses, a lot of diversity. Interesting, Martin, I think you asked a question there, what really gained momentum when it hit the bottom? And that's the key, is when does it hit the bottom? So I don't think we know that yet because, are we going to be in lockdown for 2-3 months? What's the fallout from this? So I hear a lot of people guessing and saying, yeah, you know what, we're going to boom back out of this straight away. I'd be a little cautious on that. But the other aspect I would say, when it hit the bottom, the thing that caused it probably bounced back the quickest. So banks bounced back really quick. The construction sector itself and properties in good areas grew really quick. And Ireland had to diversify as well. Things like pharmaceuticals, tech, any sort of tax breaks really attracted in foreign investment. So I would say that's what I saw growing really quick out of the bat. So yeah, so that's kind of what I see. The only thing I think that it's interesting when I chat to people right now is I don't know that anybody knows really where we're at, but certainly I think a bit of caution there. I think it's probably going to get a bit worse before it gets better, and a bit of patience needs to be had there. And then the other thing I would say for companies that survived it in Ireland was, if it does continue to get worse, unfortunately, you might need to look at just cutting back costs or different things like that. So I think that's something just to gauge. Brian hit that on the head earlier, but something to keep an eye on.